Calvin Austin III may not be fully healthy heading into Steelers training camp. Who exactly is Jordan Byrd, the undrafted free agent? Then also ESPN names a Steelers surprise standout for the 2023 season. We'll be talking about these topics and more on today's edition of Steelers Talk. Roll that intro. Welcome in to Steelers Talk, Ginzers. My name is Jack Sperry, your host. Before we get into today's edition of Steelers News and Rumors, go ahead and do us a favor here and like today's video. It's a free and easy way to help out the channel. Here at Steelers Talk, we do a ton of work to give you guys the most comprehensive fan experience for the Pittsburgh Steelers for free here on YouTube. So if you want to help us out here and thank us for the work that we do, go ahead and click that thumbs up icon right now. All right, now let's start with Calvin Austin III, who missed the entirety of the 2022 season. His rookie year out of Memphis with a major foot injury. He got rave reviews from his teammates during OTAs and mandatory minicamp, not only last year, but this year as well, coming off of that injury. And then during the 2022 Combine, he ran a 4.32 40-yard dash. Now, Calvin Austin III is somebody that Steelers fans are really hoping can come out and have a really, really big season in 2023 after missing the entirety of his rookie year. And I definitely think Calvin Austin III is the type of explosive talent that can absolutely kind of move forward as a really great slot option for Kenny Pickett, Matt Canada, and the Steelers offense. But he may not be fully healthy going into the year. This is what Calvin Austin III had to say about his injury. I do feel as fast, but honestly, I think by the time August comes, I'll feel my full speed. It's like I'm there, but I still know I've got a little more in the tank. I'm in a position now where I feel well enough to know I can go to those next 3 or 4 gears. So my take on this is that Steelers fans should absolutely be excited about this news rather than worried, because even though he's not quite at 100% as of right now, he says that he's going to get there. And with all the rave reviews that Austin has been getting during OTAs and mandatory minicamp from his teammates, and he still thinks he's got another gear, I mean, are you kidding me? This is absolutely just super exciting for Steelers fans across the world, because this guy can be a truly dynamic weapon when he is out in open space. Really do think that he's going to have a fantastic season here in 2023 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Do you believe in Calvin Austin III? Type B if you believe in him, or if you think he's going to be a bust, you think he's too small, whatever the case may be. Type D if you don't believe. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show. So YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. Do me a favor, when that ad break hits, go ahead and give me a B or a D down there in the comments. Now, next, a bit of Steelers news here is that Jordan Byrd, undrafted free agent out of San Diego State, could be the Steelers' return man on special teams this year. According to reports, he absolutely lit it up during OTAs, rookie minicamp, mandatory minicamp, and now he is in line to potentially win the starting return man job over guys like Gunnar Olszewski, potentially even Calvin Austin III. And this is very exciting to me because I think Jordan Byrd is definitely an explosive kind of talent when it comes to special teams. And I think the way that it's going to work with him making the team or not making the team, first he has to have a good training camp. He absolutely has to have that. But even given that, if that's a given there, I think what's really going to determine whether or not he makes the team is if there's a designated spot on the Steelers' 53-man roster for somebody that's only going to be a special teams return man. I don't really see him playing much as a wide receiver this year, so if this, or as a running back, to be honest with you either, because he can play both. But I think that if he's going to make the team this year, he's going to be only being a punt and kickoff return man. And in order for that to happen, the Steelers have to have room for that kind of spot on the final 53-man roster. Now, we got some more news and rumors coming your way here in just a second, but 4th of July is right around the corner. If you want to be repping the Steelers here during your 4th of July cookout, you can get your hands on this awesome 4th of July Steelers t-shirt on the Chat Sports website right now at chatsports.com/Steelers USA. I really like the American flag there with the Steelers design there. I'm going to be rocking this during my 4th of July cookout this year at my cabin back in Minnesota next week. Really looking forward to that. But if you want to be doing the same here, go to chatsports.com/Steelers USA. So now still to come here, I'm going to be breaking down who ESPN has as a surprise standout for the Steelers heading into the 2023 season. But first, some more Steelers news items to kind of round out here, starting with Chase Claypool, who's currently in Paris for Paris Fashion Week. And right now in Chicago, they are very, very worried about his commitment to football. There's been reports coming out of Chicago all offseason that they are worried about Claypool's dedication to the game. And then just imagine if the Chicago Bears traded essentially a first-round pick for a guy that dresses like this. I mean, oh my goodness. Apparently, he's really interested in being a model, and Chicago's really worried about Chase Claypool potentially leaving the game of football to become a model full-time, which is just absolutely hilarious to me because the Chicago Bears traded the first pick in the second round in this year's draft, which ended up turning into Joey Porter Jr., who could potentially be that number one lockdown press man corner for the Steelers for the next decade. And all they had to trade was Chase Claypool, who might just play a couple of games in a Chicago Bears uniform. I mean, this might be the best trade of Omar Khan's entire career as the Steelers GM, and it was just in his first season. It was his first trade deadline. That is absolutely fantastic from Steelers GM Omar Khan, and personally, I think Chase Claypool is absolutely just an absolute joke at this point. I mean, this time last year, he was saying it was a top 3 wide receiver in the National Football League. Definitely doesn't look like that's the case. So if you had one word to describe Chase Claypool's outfit here, let me know down in the comment section. Do not hold back, Steelers Nation. Let's have a little bit of fun with this one. So now moving on to Mike Tomlin here, or Pro Football Talk ranked Tomlin the third highest head coach, so the third best head coach in the National Football League, which is pretty high praise from guys like Mike Florio, from guys like Chris Sims, who really do appreciate Mike Tomlin, what the Steelers do. They always hold Mike Tomlin in a very high regard. And personally, I really do agree with this take. I think Mike Tomlin is absolutely one of the best leaders of men in the National Football League. He always gets his guys to play at their best. He always does a good job at keeping the Steelers organization competitive, no matter what's going on, no matter what injuries go on, all these different things. Mike Tomlin, in my opinion, is a top 3 head coach in the National Football League. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Does Tomlin get into that top 3? Let me know in the comment section by giving me a yes or no right now. For me, I'm going to give my answer for yes. I absolutely think Mike Tomlin is one of the best head coaches in the National Football League. Not only is he a great defensive mind that can really scheme things up to get one-on-one matchups for his top edge rushers like T.J. Watt, but he's also, a fantastic leader of men that gets the most out of his guys year in and year out. I love Coach T. The Steelers are very, very lucky to have him as their head coach. Now, finally, the moment that you've all been waiting for here, ESPN has named tight end Connor Heyward as Pittsburgh's surprise standout candidate for the 2023 season. Now, this one is interesting to me because Connor played only tight end last season, had 12 receptions for just over 150 yards and a touchdown against the Atlanta Falcons. So he didn't play a ton. It was mostly Zach Gentry and Pat Freiermuth at the tight end spot last year. And the big question surrounding Connor Heyward this year is going to be, what does his role look like now that they've added guys like Darnell Washington to this tight end room? You still have Zach Gentry. You bring him back on a 1-year deal. You still have Pat Freiermuth, who's looking to ascend to become a truly elite tight end in this league. And really the big question is, could you move Connor Heyward to fullback a little bit and kind of have that role for him moving forward? Now, I think that in order for Heyward to be a true standout candidate for the Steelers here in 2023, he's going to have to make that transition from tight end to fullback. That doesn't mean that he can't play some at the tight end position, but I think that as a fullback, he could really make an impact, kind of like a Kyle Juszczyk kind of player where he's a true receiving threat out of the backfield that can still block. I think that he is the perfect body type to play a fullback as well. Now, during OTAs and minicamp, didn't get too much work at fullback, mostly played at tight end, But really, with how deep the Steelers tight end room is right now, I'm not sure the opportunities are there for Heyward to really get playing time as just a tight end. So if he wants to play a lot, and he really wants to make an impact on the Steelers offense this year, I think it's probably going to have to be as a fullback. So predict it for me down in the comments section. Will Connor Heyward play more at tight end or fullback here for the 2023 season? Type TE if you think he's going to play more at tight end, or if you think he's going to be mostly a fullback this year, type FB down there in the comments. That'll be it for me today, Yinzers. Really do appreciate all of the support. Make sure you click that subscribe button, because if you made it to the end of today's video, we must be doing something right, and we got daily Steelers content for free here on the platform. I will see you guys later, and as always, here we go, Steelers.